Hi, this is Belinda Colubriale and this is Talking High Performance with Belle. So I'm making this podcast for people who want to live their best life, people who know that there's more in them, but they just don't know how to get it. So there's a gap, something's missing, I'm making it for them. Hi and welcome to episode 6 of Talking High Performance with Belle. If you love what you're hearing, just feel free to subscribe and leave a review or head to my website and download one of my free resources, www.belindacolubriale.com.au. Today I'm really excited, and I know I'm excited every week, sorry about that, but today I'm really excited to talk to you about productivity. And I think many of us have goals and aspirations and things that we want to do, but there's very few that can actually follow through on those goals, and especially when they're quite larger goals. And it all comes down to productivity and usually not having or saying that we don't have enough time. And so today I want to talk a little bit about that and how do you align, your time with your goals, and how do you work out what's important in moving the needle forward. So sit back and grab a pen, unless you're driving, and then don't, that wouldn't be a good idea. And let's dive straight in. So when we talk about productivity, the first thing I want to talk about is the relationship between productivity and high performance. So when we talk about living a high performance life and those who strive for excellence, I want to make it really clear that we're not striving to be perfect. So if we wait until something's perfect, most likely we're never going to get it out there. But we just want to strive to be the best that we can be. Like, what is our version of excellence? And how does that help to make us more productive? And, sometimes even if you have great systems in place, there's always room for improvement. And for me, I'm always looking for that edge on how do I be more productive? What can I do better? Where am I wasting time? Where is there room to grow? That doesn't mean I have to wake up even earlier, because I'm not so keen on doing that. I think, that's early enough. So, as a self-proclaimed productivity nerd, I love productivity, and I love, working out where do you get the edge and helping people to do the same. So, whether you're looking to boost your personal productivity, improve your work output, or simply get more done at home. So this is a great episode, and I want to share, a few different tips with you. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the link between productivity and purpose. So if we know what our purpose is, it's much, much easier to be productive. So they're two concepts that are really closely intertwined. And when we have a clear sense of purpose, who we want to be, what we want to do, we're more likely to be focused, we're more likely to be motivated, and therefore we're more likely to be productive. So purpose, provides us with a sense of direction. It provides us with that motivation and fulfillment that can help us to achieve our goals. So, if we want to have a business that's really successful, we know that. So we know what we need to do. We might need to scale. We might need to review. We might need to call in someone to help us. We might need to, mentor our team. We might need to help them grow because we've got a purpose. Our purpose is to grow our business to make us successful. So we need to get really productive. And what are the best ways that we can do that? And so I think linking productivity and purpose is really important. But it gets really hard when our purpose doesn't align. And, productivity, this is when it usually takes a hit. And when I was transitioning out of my optical businesses, it was really hard to maintain my level of productivity because my heart and my purpose just wasn't in it anymore. So, I was doing the best I can, going, okay, trying to show up as best I could. But at the same time, my heart was in coaching. So it wasn't aligning 100%, and that's when it can be, pretty hard. Another time when I find it really hard to align my purpose with productivity is when I'm ironing. I hate ironing. So how do you feel purposeful when you're ironing? Said no one ever. So how do you do that? So for me, it's, calling a friend when I'm ironing, listening to a podcast, and it's even setting a timer, because I am a productivity nerd, of 25 minutes going, this is how long I'm going to iron for. And so I literally have a race against myself, usually by myself at home, and go, when it gets to this amount of time, I'm actually going to stop. So if I have one top left, if I have one pair of shorts, I will just leave it because I'm too proud to do that final thing, and I'll just stop. So for me, it's how do you make it more purposeful, and how do you feel like you're not wasting time? So how do you stay on purpose in times when you feel motivated, but also in times when you don't? And that's what I want to chat to you a little bit about now. And a really important part of helping to maintain productivity is starting your day with intention. And again, this is where purpose comes in. So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, I encourage you to do so, where we talk all about the morning routine. But before you roll out of bed and begin your day, have the intention of what do you want your day to look like? And this could even start from the night before. So before I go to bed, I'll know what I want to work on in the morning. And my day, I start it with intention. So straight away from the moment I'm up, it's productive. It's sometimes hard when we wake up and then we're trying to work out what we want to do, and we can often waste valuable time. So just, while you're watching TV at night, while you're cooking dinner, think about what do I want to do in the morning that's going to set up my day and that's going to make me the most productive. Point number 2 is setting time limits for tasks. So, I shared a little bit about my ironing, what I do with ironing, but this can apply to anything. So, normally 25, when we talk high performance, 25 or 50 minute blocks are what works best, with a 5 or 10 minute break at the end. So, going, okay, I'm going to work on this for 25 minutes, literally set your alarm. At the end of it, go, I'm having a 5-minute break. I'm going to have a glass of water. I'm going to get up. I'm going to stretch. And that normally makes us really productive, much more productive than, working in a straight block of time for 4, 5, 6 hours. So this helps to maintain your attention, helps to maintain your focus. And also, if there's a task that you need to do, but you don't really want to do it, this really helps to keep you motivated because there's an end in sight. So that's what I would say for point number 2, set time limits. Point number 3 is say no more often. So I think once you know your purpose, it's much easier to say no. And this really helps with productivity because most of the time you'll say, oh, have you had a chance to read that book? No, I've been too busy. Have you had a chance to phone that person? No, I've been too busy. And it's never time that's the problem. It's what we're doing with our time. So, if something's really important to us, then what are we saying yes to where we should be saying no in order to move forward? So time and saying no is really, really important. So, if you look back at your week and look back at, I didn't get as much done last week, where did my time go? And even this could be even forward planning, like put days in your calendar where you're not going to commit to anything. Put days on the weekend where you're not going to commit to anything. It's just going to be a day that you spend with your family. And even if somebody asks you if you're free, go, no, I'm actually not, because I've committed to this block of time where I'm just going to focus on what's really important. Not to say that, being offered and going out somewhere isn't as important, but it's not your priority at that moment. And if you need rest, recharge, time at home by yourself, then that's okay. So I think saying no is a really, really important part of helping to maintain productivity. And then number 4, which I touched on briefly, was planning for the day ahead. So at the end of the day, not only going, okay, what worked well, but what's the next day going to look like? How can I, dedicate blocks of time to achieve my goals, and how can I move closer to what I need to achieve? And this could even be something as simple as, school newsletters, like not dedicating the most important part of the day when you're at your sharpest to reading and replying to newsletters and other people's emails. It could be going, okay, I'm going to dedicate a time of the day where I'm not as productive, and I'm going to work out and do all that life admin stuff. And I'm not going to detract from the most important part of my day where I feel like I can really get things moving. So planning that the day ahead or a few days ahead is really important in maintaining productivity and also aligning with your purpose and getting you moving at a pace that you want. So I hope that's helped. They're my 4 productivity hacks to help you align your time with your goals while also feeling purposeful along the way. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. So if you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week where we'll talk about courage and consistency and building or creating fearless momentum to help you move forward faster. So until then, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Bel.